halfway through this thing. Alright, front-end architectural concerns. Let's talk about some front-end architectural concerns. There's a couple of things that we need to talk about. We'll talk about rendering techniques, different types of rendering techniques. We'll talk about application approach, some architectural styles, and then around the mobile. Okay? Right. Client-side rendering. Everyone knows this, right? Everyone in an application is doing this today, right? You take for granted client-side rendering, but again, just jump 5, 10 years ago, this was not a thing. Client-side rendering was not a thing, right? It was all server-side rendering, which we'll talk about. But client-side rendering, what is client-side rendering? Essentially, you've got sort of your code, right, which is sent to the browser. The browser actually does a lot of rendering, right? It takes a JavaScript code, it spits out HTML, and then the browser kind of executes that and then sees it. So, what's the pros and cons? Pros, oh my goodness, you know what? The user experience that you can build with client-side rendering just beats anything. Like, you can have full-on application. Think about everything that you can do in Gmail, Google Docs, the Google Suite. Think about any kind of application that you use on the web. They're all using some sort of client-side rendering, right? Because before, and we'll talk about before, but the fact that you can have sort of code that calls an API, gets data back, and actually renders real time in your browser, very, very streamlined. Very, very seamless interaction. What are some of the cons? SEO is horrible out of the box. Now, there's some things that you can do to improve SEO, like SEO is search engine optimization, right? But there's some things that you can do to improve SEO.